Hey, it's Renee from the Craft Table. Welcome to week 9 of our Summer Embroidery Stitch Along, doing the fly stitch. I'm going to first demonstrate it on just a regular solid piece of fabric. If you're new to the fly stitch, it's easier to see how the stitch is completed on a solid piece of fabric first before we then go on and stitch it onto our fabric panel. These are the lines that I'm going to be using as my guide. And first, I'm going to demonstrate the fly stitch in a vertical, stitching it vertically, where the stitches sort of nestled together. So I've brought my needle and thread up to the top of the fabric. I want it to be level in a horizontal direction, so about right there. And I'm going to take my needle to the back, but I'm not going to pull it all the way through just yet. You see there's like a little loop on the front. Now I'm bringing my needle up on the second line. I'm going about 1/4 of an inch down the center of those first 2 lines. And so how you see it makes like a little bit of a V or a U. And then to end the stitch, I will take my needle to the back. And so I'm going to make a tail. And depending on how wide you make your shape and how long you make the tail sort of dictates the look of the stitch. It kind of looks like a Y. The next stitch, I will bring my needle up on that first line, even with where the bottom of that U, where the tail begins. And then I'm going to put my needle down on the third line, again, even with where I came up, but on the third line. Not pulling it all the way through, holding a little bit of a loop on the top. And then I'm going to bring my needle up again on that center line, just a little bit below where the tail of the first stitch ended. And pulling it through, and then making another tail. And I would just continue doing this until I've finished with the line or the stitching that I want to do on this particular area. Varying the width, this part right here, and then varying how far down you go in the top part of the shape, what I call the U, and then varying how short or long you want your tail. That also will determine how your stitches look. And in a minute, I'm going to show you how I do the stitch side by side for sort of a scalloped look. So this stitch here is really good for doing borders. If you like, you can even do it on a curve. So this right here is the fly stitch. So these stitches I did vertically. Now I'm going to show you how I like to do it horizontally. So where it looks more like a scallop. I don't have my lines here, but I'm going to space it as far as I want how wide I want my stitch to be. I'm holding on to this at the top, bringing my needle. I just want it to be centered. And then I go down as far as I want my stitch length to be. And it looks kind of like a U or a V, depending on how tight you pull that. You can kind of loosen it up a little bit. And then I could make my tail as long as I want. But a lot of times if I'm doing it horizontally, it's because I want it to look more like a scallop. So I'm not even really doing much of a tail. I'm just kind of taking my stitch to the back. And then I'll make my next stitch right where the previous stitch ended. And trying to make it consistent in width and in length. You can take a ruler and make some marks on your fabric if you'd like. So there, two different ways that you can embroider the fly stitch. And now I'll show you how I did it and where I stitched it on my fabric panel. I'm going to demonstrate how to do the fly stitch on this panel in two different places. So right here on this butterfly wing, can you see how this part of it is a little scalloped? I don't have to really mark anything. I'm going to use that design as my guide. And then I'm going to show you how I do the fly stitch in a shape like this. I'm going to stitch the fly stitch, snuggled and nested, one on top of the other. For the first stitch, I'm bringing my needle up right here. Right, so I kind of have my thread out of the way, and then I'm going to use this other little, top of the scallop shape. And then I'm using this part down here as my guide where to end my fly stitch. Zoom in so you can see. So this is more of the scallop shape without much of a tail. So I'm just going to take my needle to the back right over that loop without doing a straight stitch. And then for my next little fly stitch, I'm going to bring my needle up where the previous stitch, the top, ended. And again, I'm just using the shape that's already there to determine the placement of my stitches. There you go. This is a very organic shape. It's an organic panel. I'm not worried about it being super straight and super exact. This top part is rather narrow. So I think what I'm going to do is just a couple of back stitches. All right, so I'm going to use this previous back stitch as my start. And I'm going to bring my needle up to the left of it. And then I'm going to take it down to the right of it. And before I pull it all the way through, I'm going to bring my needle up right where that previous back stitch ended. I got my loop here, and I'm pulling it through. In this case, I'm going to take a straight stitch rather than just ending it over the loop like I did up there. Now my shape is sort of curving over this way, so I need to start making my stitches go over there a little bit. do a straight stitch, just one straight stitch on the other side of the circle, and then continue on with the fly stitch. So there's the fly stitch embroidered in a shape like that. Have a great week. Happy stitching, and I'll see you next time.